right. So, welcome back to the Wednesday edition of the Morning Buzz. It's Wednesday, my dudes. Ah, Today is Wednesday, November 11th, 2020. Welcome to the Wednesday edition of the Morning Buzz. I'm your host, Carly Campbell, reporting from not the studio. You can tell by my audio quality.
Oh, hello, Carly. And I am your co host, Sabrina Heisick. And we got our newscaster.
Who's in studio today, ladies and gentlemen.
You don't need to flex on me that hard, Lewis.
I'm feeling good. Listen, I woke up early to get here. I'm gonna flex it.
Lewis, you might want to just be careful of those words. You know what I mean? Just don't get too comfortable with being in the studio. Oh, okay, you're flexing on me.
Carly, you better watch out. It looks like Lewis is trying to take your job over
Oh,
here.
Lewis, come on, man. I can't lose another job this year.
I'm sorry about that.
Another. Oh, okay. And we have our sportscaster.
Hey guys, good morning.
Morning, Campbell. So, Lewis, what's our newscast for today?
Absolutely. So, good morning from 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. This is your newscaster, Louis Biontalillo, here with news from across the country. Governor Phil Murphy signed a new order yesterday that added restrictions on indoor dining and youth sports as we enter what many are calling a second wave. The new restrictions call for restaurants to halt indoor dining between 10 p.m. and 5 a.m. Outdoor takeout and delivery may continue past 10 p.m. In addition to dining, all interstate games and tournaments involving indoor sports up to high school level will be prohibited. The United States hit its next big milestone of COVID cases Monday by surpassing 10 million confirmed cases. The U.S. has about 4% of the world's population, but accounts for almost 20% of global reported cases. Looking at the weather, it's a cloudy 64 degrees here in Upper Montclair. Later in the day, it will be raining throughout the evening and overnight, as well as the next few days. So be prepared to take those rain jackets out and get them ready until Saturday when we see some nice skies. Reporting for 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair, this is Louis Biontalillo. Back to the two of you in your rooms.
Thank you, Lewis. You didn't need to flex on me again.
Yeah, I know. You really had to point out that we were in our room.
You're calling out my poor audio quality
room?
already, and
What
it's
if I'm
not
in
even
my
happening.
kitchen? Like,
What if I'm in my combination bathroom and dormitory right now? I mean,
yeah, like, what if I'm in the White House right now? Like, you don't know. I could be anywhere. I have a virtual background. You can't see where I am.
I mean,
Facts.
that is facts. But Campbell, we got our 2-minute warning.
Yes, the 2-minute warning here on 90.3 WMC Upper Montclair, the voice of Montclair State University. The New York Mets introduced their new owner, Steve Cohen. The Steve Cohen era has begun for the New York Metropolitans. Mets fans were very excited yesterday to hear the Long Island native speak upon good stuff, and I see Lewis is clapping, of course, and he wants the Mets to be a big market team in the next 3 to 5 years and wants them as a World Series contender with all their money and free agent lock-ins this upcoming season and next season. The Boston Red Sox have reintroduced, yes, Alex Cora, who was suspended last year for his role in 2017 as a bench coach of the Houston Astros. If many fans know or do not know, he and members of the 2017 Astros staff were caught stealing signs with cameras and of the 2017 Astros World Championship season. And some odd way, also, the Boston Red Sox were somewhat handed some fines as well. And Alex Cora and the Red Sox mutually parted ways after the 2019 season, but as that season ended in 2020, rumors were spreading wild that he were talking to Chaim Bloom, John Henry, Sam Kennedy, and the Boston Red Sox staff. And a couple of days later, they rehired him and just introduced yesterday with a Zoom press conference with all of Boston media up there in northeastern Boston. And just move on to some football. Ben Roethlisberger, the quarterback of the 8-0 Pittsburgh Steelers, will be placed on the COVID reserve list as tight end Vance McDonald has COVID, and he and Roethlisberger and some other players will be sitting out practices this week, and hopefully he will be back to play the rival Cincinnati Bengals on Sunday. And in other news as well for sports, today is National Signing Day, Division One basketball and other D1 sports. Today on November 11th, shout out to all the Division One athlete commits who are signing their national letters of intent. Yes, we are a college, but many other colleges in other divisions are getting their signees today. It's a big stuff for college athletes. High school kids are getting ready for the next step. And yes, also, happy Veterans Day to all those men and women who serve to protect and defend our freedom in our country. And that is all today for the 2-minute warning here on 90.3 WMC Upper Montclair, here on the Wednesday edition of The Buzz. Sabrina and Carly, back again to your rooms.
Okay.
Wow,
Keep
you
bringing this
too,
up,
Campbell.
huh?
Really good.
Campbell, I thought you were on our side.
I thought you were a friend.
Lewis, don't try to
Campbell.
give him a high five. This is.
I thought we were part of like the sophomore group here. You, me, Campbell.
I thought we
Carly,
had
like,
a pact.
I thought we had a connection, but now you're just outing us like this. Ouch again. Wow.
Ouch.
I'm
This
really glad,
hurts.
Campbell, that you pointed out that today's Veterans Day. So really,
Happy Veterans Day, by the way.
yes. And
Thank
I
you
was
to all who have served.
exactly. And just let any veterans or active military people who are watching this right now, if you actually go to Dunkin' Donuts today, you can get a free donut because if you are a veteran. So just,
Or even better than that, you can get a free lunch by Chartwells at the wonderful, the excellent Samuel's Palace. Sam's Place for short.
oh, yum, Sam's Place. Who wouldn't want who wouldn't want some free food from there? All right. Well, speaking of free food, this brings me to our first story. So, speaking of food, Thanksgiving is officially 15 days away. And with that said, the CDC, Centers for Disease Control, is recommending outdoor Thanksgivings this year instead of indoor Thanksgivings if possible. They are urging hosts to invite fewer guests and plan for quicker gatherings, as well as continuing to endorse safety measures such as wearing masks and staying at least 6 feet apart even when outside. And older people are being advised to avoid in-person gatherings with anyone not living in their households, which is pretty understandable considering that just yesterday there were over 3,800 new cases of COVID just in New Jersey. Yes, and the CDC is also advising hosts to ask guests to avoid contact with anyone outside of their households for 14 days before the gatherings. And they're also encouraging guests to bring their own food and drinks and to avoid indoor gatherings if possible, because especially with poor ventilation, it's more riskful than having an outdoor gathering, which is very understandable in today's circumstances. So what do you guys think? What are you guys doing for Thanksgiving? Any thoughts going through your heads right now?
There are no thoughts going through my head, honestly.
I'm sad. I like Thanksgiving. Like, hear me out. I know I ain't a host, but we're talking here. So
Now
every
you're taking
year,
our show again.
listen, I'm in studio here. So usually in a normal year, we've had up to 50 guests for Thanksgiving. We get a 40-pound turkey, a 20-pound ham, a 10-pound chicken, and a plethora of sides. And I'm just upset that we're not going to have that, because now what's going to happen is we're going to have a 40-pound turkey, a 20-pound ham, and a 10-pound chicken, a plethora of sides, and nobody to share it with.
Send it to me.
I'm just shocked that you have like 50 people. That's crazy. Maybe I just have like a really small family, because for me,
Same.
it's like usually like no more than like 15 people for Thanksgiving, but 50 people.
Listen,
was like
you got to hear
5.
me out. What's my last name? Biondolillo. You got that Italian surname. You got the big family.
I mean, granted, my family's like Italian, so like they're Italian in cuisine, but Irish at weddings. So it's like weird. And like usually I used to have like old family gatherings where it'd be like everyone crowd together in not my grandma's house. Oh my God, my aunt's house, because my grandma lives in a tiny house. Love you, grandma. But I don't know. I have no idea if I'm going to be able to leave campus on Thanksgiving. Wait, do I address the elephant in the room or
No, you did not.
okay?
Are you gonna address the elephant that's in
Ah,
the room
Yes. So
on your virtual background for those of
yes,
us
my
who can't
Zoom
see?
background is an elephant right now. So for those who aren't on Facebook Live right now or aren't that don't know me personally, I'm currently in quarantine because I have possibly been exposed to COVID-19. Thankfully, yesterday I tested negative, but right now I don't know if I'm going to be in quarantine for the next edition of the Morning Buzz. So yeah, if you're wondering why my audio quality is terrible and there's just an echo everywhere and I'm wearing a sweatshirt instead of a sweater, now you know.
Yeah, you know what's so crazy about this too is because like you're experiencing, you know, a possible what's the word, exposure to COVID-19, and like especially now we're in, you know, wave 2 of this thing, and you know over 3,800 cases just yesterday, which is terrifying, literally terrifying. And I know cases everywhere are going up, so I can only imagine how much they're going up just at Montclair State. So it's very interesting in a way to have like an insight on what it's like to go through this, Carly, because like I know like you might not have it, or at least you don't believe you have it, but you're still like going through some of the things that like people who do have it have to go through.
That is true.
Yeah, so in a way it kind of like makes you understand, you know, it gives you a better perspective on what it's like to really experience this.
Hmm.
But going back to Thanksgiving,
Yes.
my parents are still on the fence of what we're going to do because they're kind of waiting to see like what the numbers look like before the week of. And like, you know, thankfully, like we do have like a smaller family, so it wouldn't be as many people. But like my family's also taking into consideration the weather, and they want to do, if possible, an outdoor Thanksgiving, which I personally like the idea of, especially because like yesterday and the day before, it was in the 70s, and I was like walking around like wishing I was wearing shorts. Like, what is going on? So if the weather keeps up this way, I would be so down to have an outdoor Thanksgiving. Because like in a way, I feel like the universe is like, yes, have an outside Thanksgiving, like literally just throwing nice weather at us right now. So I mean, it really depends the week of for me. But I definitely want to celebrate this holiday because along with Lewis, I love food, you know, and Thanksgiving food is so good, literally every part of it. So I can't imagine missing out on this joyful holiday this year.
well, imagine it. I gotta tell you that. Like you better start imagining it because it's gonna be that way.
Well, it depends what happens. I mean, did you listen to my spiel? You know, like if it's nice weather, then like my family's gonna do it probably outside. Um, and even if, you know, we can't have everyone who we want to attend Thanksgiving, I'm sure like I'm still gonna make stuff, you know, and my
Hmm.
mom and dad I'm sure are gonna cook, and we're still gonna have some traditional Thanksgiving foods. I'm gonna make that pumpkin pie or apple pie. We need some good dessert, you know.
Yeah,
We have to stay positive during these hard times and just keep, you know, food keeps us going.
it does in more ways than one.
So if you believe AccuWeather here, and we're going like long weather time here right now. You said 15 days, right?
Yep.
They claim as of right now, this section of the country will be clear, no rain. However, if you go a little bit north, and like a lot of bit north, we're talking like upstate New York and Canada, they're getting 6 to 10 inches of snow. So if that starts coming down, I'm going to be a meteorologist for a second. If that starts coming down our way, we could be seeing a wintry mix. Just putting it out
Ooh,
there.
So
cold
it'd be
turkey.
like Christmas feels on Thanksgiving.
Listen, call me your meteorologist. That's what it is.
All right. No, but that also means it's gonna be so cold too.
Yeah, but this is in Canada, so like it's not showing me the weather. It's
Mhm.
definitely like if this the 6 to 10 inches is right by Quebec, and then if we go to like upstate New York, it looks like they're getting 1 to 3 inches,
Okay. Okay.
Hmm.
according to AccuWeather, which is 15 days out. Just putting that out there. They can't get tomorrow right, but that's what
Right.
Yeah.
AccuWeather is telling you.
Yeah. I feel like it's a constant battle with all these weather apps.
It's a
They never
backup.
really know. They like to pretend that they know, and then I make my plans according to the weather app, and then they're like, "Ha."
You know what the
Psych.
problem is? We keep believing them. Like we're like, "Oh, you
It's
were
so
wrong
hard not to.
yesterday. You were wrong yesterday, but I'm sure you'll be right tomorrow. Let's plan all of my plans around the weather." That's pretty much what
That's
we
not
do.
a good approach,
You know
Lewis.
what I don't understand? It's like we get our phones and they come automatically downloaded with the weather app. So I'm like, oh, it's there. Like I might as well just like click on it.
You can click on it, but is it going to be accurate? That's the real question.
I know, but if it's not accurate, why are they putting it on our phones?
So that way they have something for placeholder, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, it's probably more that they pay them like money and they're like, we'll give you
Yeah, that's
a few
probably
millions if you automatically put this on everyone's phone. So, Campbell, what are you doing for Thanksgiving?
Sadly, I have no idea yet because my family Thanksgiving was obviously postponed. I usually have around 20 to 25 people, and we go to my relatives in Madison, and we go there, have Thanksgiving dinner, watch football, play football in a empty parking lot. After, then we go back and have dessert. But there's really a lot of things I'm going to be missing when I go there. Of course, my aunt makes a good big ziti, but and like I'm not gonna have turkey with obviously with my family or stuff, and a lot of good food, and I'm gonna be missing spending time with my family. But I don't know yet. I've been talking with my parents and my brother about it, but I'm not sure what we're gonna do yet. So, but it's gonna be tough. But yeah, we'll get through it.
That does sound tough.
That sounds really cool. I just want to say, like, I love your like family traditions. Even the playing football, I find interesting. 'Cause,
Yeah,
like,
that one's really fun.
yeah, I mean, I personally like my family doesn't do like we usually don't play football like as a tradition on Thanksgiving. Usually we just like go on a walk around town before dessert and then we come back and we're like hungry. So like that's our little like rest in between. But like what other like traditions do you guys have?
That's a good question because like a lot has changed over the past like 4 years for my family because I used to be in marching band, believe it or not. And
Me too.
wait, really? What instrument?
Oh, I was in the color guard. The good
Oh,
old days.
nice,
I was a
nice.
flag flipper. A
They-
flag spinner.
hey Campbell, did you hear that our two hosts, they were like, believe it or not, but actually like they fit the stereotype of band people.
What are you trying to say? We're geeks. We're
Don't make me
marching band
take off
geeks?
my invisible earrings.
Listen, hear me out here. Just if I just met you right now, you are doing a college radio show from your room. If that's not the definition of a band geek, I don't know what is.
What is that even supposed to mean, Lewis? Like,
Okay, theater
so we.
Okay,
You,
nerd.
you look like you could have been a marching band too, Lewis. Not for nothing.
Yeah, you look like you could have been in marching band.
Well,
Don't.
maybe I was. What instrument did I play?
Did you play the clarinet?
No, I was not in a marching band.
I was in like a fifth grade band, so yeah.
Oh, nice.
I played the trumpet, so yeah.
I used to
Okay.
play the violin. I used to be very elegant. I was first chair when I was 8 years old. And then when I was
Congrats.
9 years old, my conductor, who I'm still friends with today, actually, which is funny,
Aw, that's
uh,
nice.
yelled at me in front of everybody and said, "You squeak too loud," and put me in the back row. So I went from first chair to back row in a matter of 5 minutes, and I never got my way back up. And then I eventually quit.
When did you quit?
When I was 13. So I gave it the good old scholars try. I really did.
You know that's lame, Lewis. You know why? Because from fourth grade to my senior year of high school, played cello in the orchestra.
Get
And
out,
every
really?
single year, yes, I would always get put in the back. Even
Welcome.
my senior year, I was beat out by a sophomore.
Yeah.
I was sitting there like still like a senior in high school, still not first chair. And you know, as much as I was terrible at playing that instrument, I still tried and I still showed up, you know, and I never gave up.
You gave it the good scholars try. And listen, I gave it the
did.
good scholars try. And you know what I did? I
You
quit.
gave up.
I gave up. And you know what? You didn't give up, but we're both on the same radio show right now, and one of us is in the studio and one of us is at home.
Okay, I'm sorry. I live like 35 minutes away, and
Yeah, I'm
with
sorry.
traffic, it'd be an hour.
I'm sorry I was exposed to the Rona and I can't make it to the studio now, Lewis. I can't
I'm
believe I
just
called you
joking.
Mr. Biondolillo for one point in my life.
You really did. You came up and you were like, Mr. Biondolillo, professor. Like,
I'm sorry, I was a freshman. I was gross.
Wait, what happened?
Because I was trying to I didn't know who you were. I didn't know who he was for a while. And
Where
I was
was
at
this?
my freshman year, which was last year.
it was at one of our general meetings, and afterward,
Yeah.
if you don't know me and you're not friends with me and you've never met me before, I'm a very what's the word? Not extrovert. I'm an extroverted person. And during our WMSC meetings, I would always get excited, welcome the newcomers, and I don't know, I usually probably sound like a dad or a professor.
You do.
Because I'm also usually wearing dad clothes. I'm wearing dad clothes right now, sweatpants, some jeans, like always. I got gloves, all dad stuff right now. So she comes up to me and she goes, "Why, hello there, Mr. Biondolillo."
I didn't say it like that.
Wow, I like that.
I put that in an email, and I know I sent you a story I wrote about Club Penguin.
Mr. Biondolillo. I love that. That's so fun.
I thought I seriously would have to send in my portfolio in order to get a job at the station. But I think we're getting a little off topic. Do you guys think that doing a virtual Thanksgiving is going to be acceptable?
No.
I feel like it could work. So for us, I feel like it'd be a no. But for those people who have some types of illnesses or they're very old, I feel like it's very doable, especially the elderly people. I would completely support them doing a virtual Thanksgiving because for them it would be exciting. They're probably not FaceTiming or on Zoom a lot, and just to see their family, just to see their faces through their laptop, even though it's not the same, I feel like it's definitely doable and they would for sure get excited about it.
Yeah. I'm just concerned because I have a grandma who is not very well aware of how technology works. She has a computer, but she doesn't use it at all. And I think, I don't know, it's going to be difficult because I know that she doesn't want to come over for Thanksgiving out of fear that, something's going to happen. And my mom's like, "Oh, why mom? Why? What's up?" And she's like, "I don't want to get sick."
Yeah,
Shout out to
no,
my grandma.
completely understandable. I mean, I wish you guys could figure out a way to teach her how to use Zoom or FaceTime just so she can be there on that day. So she could get still somewhat of an experience and something to look forward to. And I feel like that's what holidays nowadays are all about. It's just something to look forward to that's gonna make you happy.
Mm-hmm.
And I wish there was a way for you guys to teach her how to, I don't know, do a step-by-step slow tutorial on how to just open up Zoom,
Yeah, but she doesn't understand how email works. I had to explain to her, I had to type up her Google, because she wanted to type up a letter, but the typewriter ink that she had, she didn't want to bring down a typewriter. So she's like, "Okay, Carly, you're going to need to transcribe this for me." And I'm like, "Okay, then."
Yeah. Well, I wish all our elderly friends out there the best of luck this Thanksgiving and that they make smart decisions and they stay safe. And if they have to, they do a virtual Thanksgiving with their families. All right, Carly, why don't you start us off with the next story?
Okay, so just a content warning, there will be horrible puns in this and I will not apologize for this. So a man in Massachusetts has come up with a creative way to bring attention to the potholes in his neighborhood. Massachusetts man Kevin Martin said the idea started after running over so many potholes that he lost all 4 of his tires. Martin claimed that he brought this issue up to his local government and his state government, but no response. So instead of getting fed up, he got, here we go, furred up, bringing in potting soil and Christmas tree saplings to the potholes. This was done to draw attention to the lack of road repavement in his area. and they were patched up on Monday with all of the Christmas trees removed. So, potholes. I know that we live in the land of potholes everywhere in New Jersey. Do you think that this is a good solution, or is this just, or do you think people are just going to run over the trees like normal? If that was the case.
Did you watch the video that was in the link you posted about this?
I didn't watch it.
Carly, this is the video for the article you chose. But anyways, in the video, they were kind of making fun of the guy because they were like, what's the point of putting Christmas trees in the potholes? Like, now you're just creating more of like what? Like, oh, like this is so cool. Like this is this is like dumb, basically, because now they're just like trees in the middle of the streets that are just filling up the potholes. And
Yeah,
like,
there's just trees in the middle of the street, but it's a good way to draw attention to a solution.
So I've seen a better way. I've definitely seen a better way of doing this. What some others have chosen to do in their cities when there's a lot of potholes, instead of putting barriers in the middle of the road, such as a Christmas tree, they
were saplings, not whole trees.
Yeah, okay, but
it's still something that could like damage a car if they drive into it.
Completely. This is very dangerous. What you could do instead, and what I've seen people do instead, is graffiti the ground around it. It doesn't have to be vulgar or anything, but the state cleans up graffiti a lot faster than they get rid of potholes, especially if the graffiti has profanity in it.
Huh.
Yep. So I don't recommend you go spray painting things around. However, if you're gonna do some type of illegal activity, I wouldn't put trees in the middle of the road.
That is true. I don't know. Is that like for you guys? Because I don't drive, and the only real transport I have is if my mom decides to just like pick me up and drop me off at home. Do you guys run into a lot of potholes?
Oh, they're so bad. And like, okay, campus is not that bad, but as soon as you drive like a centimeter off campus, and I don't even know what's that road called, 46 or something. Yeah, 46. They're doing all this construction on it, and that's fine and dandy because they're trying to make another lane. But at the same time, they're gonna have to repave the entire road because of the construction that they're doing. The potholes weren't there. They started the construction, and now the potholes are there. So if you ask me, they have done more harm than good at this moment in time.
I know. And
at the same time, little bit different, but still with that construction. And the lane that they're adding, it's going to be 4 lanes across, which sounds great. But if you study traffic patterns, 3 to 4 lanes is not going to help you, especially in New Jersey where people don't know how to drive, especially in areas where there's a lot of Philly people. They don't know how to drive. And now they're adding that 4th lane, and they took over some of the poor people's houses and backyards that were on the right side. So now their house is about like a little bit away from the road when it used to be a lot of bit away from the road. That's what I have to say about the construction on 46. This has been Lou's Views on the Morning Buzz.
Thanks, Luz, for this new segment that you just sprang on us.
No. Lou's Views, not Lou's News. It's like Blue's Clues, Lou's News.
You know that one of the guys from Blue's Clues is like was a student here, remember? I forgot his name.
Yes, that is a factual statement.
The guy with the green sweater.
No, not the green sweater. It's like a new guy.
Oh.
We just
we don't care about him, the new one.
No, we do care about him. He's a Montclair student. He's one of us.
Do you really? Okay.
He's a Red Hawk.
Yes, exactly. Thank you.
You guys should get him for an interview on the Morning Buzz.
We
could like interrogate him about Blue's Clues. And we'll be like, what do you think of the name Lou's Views?
We can ask him if he really did get a letter that day and wonder who it's from.
I wonder who it's from.
Yeah, we do too.
So yeah, these potholes, I feel like they're
there's got to be a better way, honestly, because
this isn't a good way. I don't feel like anyone could think of this idea and think it's a good idea.
Exactly.
Like, I'm gonna share my screen with you for a second. Oh, never mind. It says host disabled screen sharing abilities. I was gonna well, Carly, if you click on the link, are you a host?
No, I'm not host, sadly.
Okay, never mind. But I was gonna show you guys like the video.
Mhm.
Just get it. Oh, I just got it. Never mind. Okay, we're here. We're here.
Hey, show us
All
the
right.
video.
I'm just gonna show you the video of what we're talking about here. I know you can't hear it, but that's right there. That's what we're talking about. Did you see that?
Basically, for everybody that
Like-
not actually watching and tuning into us old school style, you got they're just little shrubs of Christmas trees. It has to be about 1 foot tall, 1 foot tall, I would say. Like if you put a ruler standing up, that's how high it would be. And I don't know. That's fine if I'm like
Middle of the road.
walking over them, but if I'm driving over them and say it doesn't hit my tires, it goes between the tires. I don't know what's it gonna mess up underneath over there. I don't know how cars work.
This
Like,
is
listen,
gonna-
I push the gas and it goes. If a tree goes in the engine, I ain't gonna know.
This is gonna become like a video game of like people driving like around the trees and like vroom, vroom, vroom. This is like gonna cause so many more accidents too, just because people are gonna try to avoid running over the little tree that's in the middle of the road. So this is just a crazy story in my opinion.
Exactly.
Like, what even? Camel, do you have any thoughts on this? You've been awfully quiet on this topic.
Well, I think that might be the funniest or like probably craziest thing I've ever seen. I mean, putting Christmas trees in potholes.
Oh, you just
I
wait until
know-
our next story.
I know Massachusetts ain't usually the state of having a bunch of potholes, but I know here and yes, here basically is the mecca of potholes, of course, with all the construction, all the traffic. Of course, Jersey, Philly, New York drivers, they're all crazy, but crazy in their own way. And I think it's just like really like I don't know how to put into words how like someone would put Christmas trees in potholes, knowing that in pandemic times that people need to get evergreen trees to put in their houses for Christmas time. And as a person who goes up to Massachusetts for Christmas every year, hopefully this coming December, I find it very not amusing that someone would put Christmas trees in potholes and someone not fixing the potholes. So that's all I gotta say for that.
Campbell is deeply distressed.
I
saw
am.
that.
No, you sound
am.
it. You definitely sound it.
I mean, being someone whose parent is from the state of Massachusetts, and we're all talking about how we're not gonna have family Thanksgiving and all this, it's just making me very upset.
Completely understandable. Carly, do you know if these people had good intentions or this man had good intentions when doing this? Do you know any more information on this story?
Not that I know of, no. I just saw the fact that this guy was just planting trees in the middle of like roads, and I thought this was bizarre. That's the only word I can give it. Bizarre. That was just it. I don't know. It is weird.
It is weird.
Do you guys want to take a break?
We're going to go to a break here on the Morning Buzz at 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. We'll be back in 1 minute.
Uh-oh, Brad's buzzed.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's starting with the whoops. Good thing is, he knows when he's buzzed.
Know your buzzed warning signs? Call for a ride when it's time to go home. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Every day across this country, hundreds of college radio stations take to the air, broadcasting music and programming that you won't hear anywhere else.
It's one of the last places where people can really be able to actually say what they want to say.
Without it, you wouldn't have a place for local artists to perform. Certain people need to have a chance, a fighting chance, and college radio is that place for it.
College radio changes the lives of those who are involved with it and can change those who listen to it too.
This is where we start out, you know, from getting all this great experience working in college radio. It makes you want to work in real radio.
College radio means finding yourself. It helped me find what I wanted to do in not only school, but in life.
So support college radio by continuing to listen to this station and supporting the students who make it happen. College radio, now, more than ever. A message brought to you by this station and the College Radio Foundation. For more information, please visit collegeradio.org.
Looking for the real MSU Redhawks experience all year long? Look no further. WMSC has all your Redhawks information, ranging from live play-by-plays, news updates, recaps, and more. Never miss out on the Redhawks with 90.3 WMSC. Let's go, Redhawks.
Hey, you're listening to 90.3 WMSC, Upper Montclair, where music stays cool. Cooler than a dog on a skateboard. Oh, okay, I take that back, but we're still pretty cool.
Welcome back to 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. This is the Morning Buzz.
And to continue our last conversation about the potholes, Carly, I'm saying this is with love, but did you read the story? Because I just read it in our break, and the man who actually did who put the Christmas trees in these potholes, he was trying to fill them so that the police would notice them then eventually do something about
That's
them.
what I made a point of, like him doing it to draw attention to people, like, you know.
So it was good intention. Like his point was that he wanted the police to notice them so that then they would do something about them. So just to clarify, that's why he did this, not just to create a traffic hazard. But anyways, moving on to our next story. So this is, I thought it was funny that Campbell said, like, I've never heard such a bizarre story. Well, it's about to get weirder because the police have jailed a woman in Georgia accused of pretending to be an FBI agent to score a free fast food meal. She allegedly threatened to arrest restaurant workers if they didn't comply. Kimberly Ragsdale, 47 years old, of Dallas, Texas, was charged Thursday with impersonating a public officer following repeated attempts to get free meals at Chick-fil-A. So, employees at the restaurant told investigators that Kimberly showed up at the location multiple times during the week and posed as an FBI agent while driving a white minivan. And the police report stated that she also threatened to take employees into custody if they didn't comply. And the woman continued to act as a police even when she was being arrested. She claimed to the officers that she was an FBI agent and that her credentials were electronic. And while she was being handcuffed, she began to talk into her shirt, like she was talking into a radio, telling someone that we were arresting her and to send someone for backup, which is very interesting. And the chief of this town, Chief Randy Turnover, told news outlets, start quote, "You will not hear a real officer demand a meal anywhere. If it is given, we appreciate it. If it is discounted, we appreciate it. We will not ask for it or make threats and demand it," end quote. So I just found this story insanely hilarious, considering, you know, with everything that's going on right now, like now people have to worry about people who are pretending to be FBI officers in order to get free Chick-fil-A.
Can we just talk about for a second how the woman is 47 years old and like she's still doing this?
I wonder how long she's been doing this too. Because like, what if it just wasn't that Chick-fil-A? Like she could have been going like restaurant to restaurant demanding free food because she was an FBI officer. Like, you don't know, like what if this is how she always got her food for her entire life?
Like when she was like 8, she just like was like, I'm from the FBI. I'm undercover. Sorry, I'm just gonna speak into my microphone here. Yeah, just give me all the chicken nuggets you have.
Like, I'm calling for backup right now. like we gotta arrest Carly Campbell. Like,
oh, nice.
I mean, maybe that's a believable? I don't know. I just think it's hilarious here that she was driving a white minivan, because like, what more of a mom car can there be than like someone popping up in a white minivan, just trying to score some free Chick-fil-A.
Who, out of all the options, why Chick-fil-A? Like, I've never been there and I can't eat there.
Expensive.
You see, I'm surprised though that Chick-fil-A was not like, "Oh, you're law enforcement, my pleasure. Here you go. Here, take our entire store. My pleasure, my pleasure." You know.
My question is though, like, did she have anything on her that made her look like a police officer? Like, did she have a fake badge? Did she have like a walkie-talkie? Like, it didn't specify in the article, but like, I would really love to see like what these people saw when she came in.
Imagine she just had like a cardboard like badge or whatever, just that just said FBI. It's like a sheet of cardboard that just says FBI on it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting because like I never would think that anyone could get away to a point with this, and like I guess she had been getting away with this, so
It's concerning.
it is a little concerning because like it makes me second guess like our police officers, if they're real or not, or if they're just people trying to get free food. No, not actually. I mean, I don't know, but
That's your biggest concern and only concern.
no, it's not my only concern, Lewis.
You're just
Clearly,
only
that's not my
scared that
only
someone's
concern.
gonna-
It's just another concern to add on top of my list of concerns, okay?
You got a list of those?
Well, I mean, it's 2020. Don't you have a list of concerns too?
I mean, I do, but like I haven't been updating them for about a couple months or so. I don't know. I'm just vibing.
I don't have a physical list, but I mean, you know what I mean. Like,
No,
come on,
I
guys.
definitely have
I
a physical
know.
list. I definitely have a physical list. I have this little notebook. You could call it a diary, I guess.
Aw.
But like
Aw.
I don't recount the day's events. I just write down like, oh, I got to deal with this. Oh, I'm
gotta
worried.
deal with
I'm worried
Carly and
about
Sabrina.
this. Exactly.
I know.
Listen. So like I don't judge you, Carly. Don't judge you, Sabrina, if you guys write down your lists, because my list of concerns is like Santa's nice list. It's long.
Not your nice list. It's the same list. It's just like there's like a tier, I guess. I don't know.
A tier.
I don't know. Like, just like I don't know. I thought it was just like one continuous list, not like just one specific category,
No, you can listen to the song. He's making it's a list.
Exactly.
You're right. Wow.
The first
I've
time
been
on the Morning
wrong.
Buzz, I'm right.
For the first time.
Haha.
How does it feel? ESPN, how do you feel?
I feel okay.
Campbell like that, our sports person like that.
I just found out that our station manager, Annabella, just got a kitten last night. Mochi the kitten. I don't know. I just saw this and I think that's so cute.
On unrelated news.
Very unrelated. I just found out and I feel like the public needs to know.
Good for Annabella. I love that. All right.
But just the fact that she just like casually was like on FBI, did she just improvise this or did she have this whole thing? That's so weird.
Well, I mean, it said she came there repeatedly that week trying to demand free food. So I definitely think like this was part of her skit. Like this was something she apparently like practiced and like rehearsed. So she's coming multiple times, which is insane, but like
That's it. Multiple what? So she did the same thing over and over, and I guess they got so tired, they're like, all right.
well, I feel like a lot of people try to like give people warnings and like they don't want to have to call the police right away too, which is fair. Like if it's like they didn't do anything, like they didn't end up like stealing food, or they tried to like I guess give her a little leeway to like think about her choices and her decisions. And usually you think when that happens, like people like think over to themselves like, why am I doing this? Like maybe I shouldn't be doing this. But I guess with her it was kind of like I should just try again. Like maybe it'll work tomorrow. There'll be
If you
someone
don't
different
succeed,
working.
just try again until you get those free chicken nuggets and those free fries.
If you guys were going what?
I can't eat there. Do they have chicken nuggets and fries?
I don't know. I really don't get Chick-fil-A often. I've only had it like once. So like
I can't eat there.
I love Chick-fil-A. We've talked about Chick-fil-A, and I understand that people have their issues with Chick-fil-A. However, just like with every other company, you have to separate the goods.
No, I can't eat there because they use peanut oil, besides the fact that they
Oh.
use service.
Gotcha. Oh, that's upsetting. They only use peanut oil.
From what I know, yeah. I can't eat there because of that. So
I can't imagine having a peanut allergy.
Yeah, like it's peanut allergies are difficult because like you have to be that annoying person. Like when you go, the worst part is when I go out to get ice cream. It's like I just have to say before I make my order, excuse me, I have a peanut allergy. So, and then I just give them my order and I feel like such a jerk because what they do is they just like have to go in the back to the secret scoop room or whatever and get me my ice cream. And this is usually when I go there, it's like, you know, peak hours where everyone just wants to get their, like, I don't know what flavors people like. So just ice cream. And I just feel like awkward and I'm just sitting there, hands on my hips, like, okay, thank you. And I feel even worse. So I give them a bigger tip than usual because of that.
That's good, Carly, because as someone who worked in the ice cream business for like 4 years at Dairy Queen, and whenever we had someone who came in who did have a peanut allergy, and like since I was like a manager at the time, I would be in charge of like dealing with that person. So I would have to go to the Blizzard machine, sanitize the machine completely, which took like a few minutes, then like make you the Blizzard and like use clean spoons for everything, and like it was honestly like a pain, but like obviously I'd rather do that than like something happens to any of our customers, you know. So like it was annoying, but like at the same time, like we want what's best for you. Like we like
That's
still like to see
true.
their customers happy more than anything for the main part. But like guys, if you were gonna score free food from somewhere, where would you score free food from? And I know Lewis is gonna say Chick-fil-A, so no, okay, what is it?
You're talking I could choose anywhere?
Anywhere. Well, fast food.
Oh, okay. See, you changed the question. If we're talking fast food, then yes, Chick-fil-A. It's the most
Okay, fine.
expensive.
If we could open it up anywhere, where would it be?
I'm going to the nicest steakhouse in all of New York City. White tablecloths. I'll go there in the middle of a pandemic if it means I can have free food. I'm just letting you know.
I would just go to my grandma's house.
Why? You get
Carly.
free food there.
I know, I get free food there anyway. It's just like I also get to see my grandma.
Can we have a collective awe on 3? 1, 2, 3. Aww.
Okay, on that, but at the same time, I'm like, Carly, what's wrong with you? I know you love your grandma and we all love our grandmas, but like you have the opportunity to get free food. This could be like $100 worth of free food from anywhere, and you could see your grandma at any time. Like this is a big deal.
Like, does your grandmother have the meats like Arby's?
I don't know, but she does have like ice
Is she
cream in the
loving it?
fridge.
Is she loving it like McDonald's? Can
Why
you
are
have it
you
your way?
Why are you interrogating
BK?
Laura O'Connor of all people right now?
I'm interrogating you about her. You don't want to have it your way at BK?
Burger King's gross.
I agree. No, I'm
I
completely.
only like the chicken fries and that's it.
Chicken
I was like, what are chicken fries? They're like chicken strips, just like in the
Pretty
shape of
much.
Yeah,
fries.
it's like in the shape of fries.
pretty much.
Yum.
No, that's Red Robin.
Okay,
Yeah,
probably
right.
Red Robin for me, honestly. I just really like the fact that it reminds me a lot of when I was a kid and like going to Pennsylvania or like the Poconos as a kid and just getting food there.
I've been to the Red Robin in the Pocono. Anyway, continue. Keep going.
Wait, what?
We'll talk offline.
Okay. Just for me personally, I don't really know because, okay, actually, you know what? Scratch that. Either Red Robin or Cracker Barrel, both of them, again, are just based on nostalgia purposes because I would go to those places when I was on family trips because New Jersey doesn't have a lot of fast food. At
Okay,
least compared
fair.
to like other places.
Mm-hmm. That's true. What about you, Campbell?
Well, if Carly was talking about Red Robin, every birthday I had when I was a kid, I'd go to Red Robin for my birthday. But since we're talking about fast food here, there's
Well,
only
anywhere.
Well, anywhere, but I mean, if I were to get free food, I think I'd get in the best fast food industry in the whole world, and that is McDonald's. No arguments there.
I agree to disagree, but
I don't know about that, Campbell.
yeah, I'm sorry, Campbell. I would definitely choose Wendy's over McDonald's. I don't think like okay, I'm glad Lisa Lewis agrees with me here. But
Can I have a 4 for $4?
Like I like McDonald's for like their shakes. I enjoy their ice cream portions. Like I will give them
when
that
it's open, when it's available.
when it's available. I have to say they have given me some gnarly looking ice cream cones that are not like, you know how cones go like this? I've had some that go like this, like, and they've given it to me. But they're a time, you know,
Just not a time and a half, just a time.
just a time. Yeah,
Like
exactly.
if we want a time and a half, you go into the red-headed, curly-headed chick named Wendy.
Yes, you're completely right.
Wendy is a time and a half.
Hmm. I feel like if I got what?
I used to have one of those keychains, and you like got it for $1, and it helps like orphans or something, and then it helps you you can get a free Frosty every time you go for a year.
Yeah, I remember that.
Sabrina was like, "Oh, that's so sweet of you. You bought a keychain for
Just
the
for
orphans," and I go, "Yeah, it helps me because of the Frosties." What are
Wow.
Frosties? Just I know like we're going off on Wendy's here. What are Frosties? Are they ice cream? Are they milkshake? They're not. They're neither. They're
See,
Frosties.
this is why I say the McDonald's ice cream is better than the Wendy's ice cream, because the
The ice cream machine
Frosties are
there is
so
always
confusing.
broke.
What?
The ice cream machine at like not Frosties at McDonald's is always broke. So much so that
I mean, it
there's a
depends
little
where you
app-
go to. Like the one by my house is like I like get shakes from there like whenever I go, which is like once a month, but they always have it. But with Wendy's, I just don't like that's my thing, Lewis. Like I don't even understand Frosties because it's like they expect you to drink it through a straw, but it's so thick, so you can't even drink it. And like I always end up just like taking a spoon and scooping it out. And it just I don't get it.
Yes, but you know
frustrates
what?
me.
When you have them for free
That's true.
by donating $1 to the
But
orphans.
they're so small. They're like this big. They're like
Yeah, but
They're little baby
free.
size. You could
That's
literally
all
take
I
a
need.
shot.
Here's my thing. I really do think I'm lactose intolerant on a small level. Like I think that's a thing. But like I'm never getting diagnosed for it because I like cheese and I like milk and I like cream cheese and I like ice cream and I like all of these things. So if I can get a little cup, it satisfies without killing me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that is true.
Life is good with the Frosty.
Okay, fair.
Okay. So you guys ready for our last story of the day?
I am ready.
So a 6-year-old in India became the youngest computer programmer ever, according to the Guinness Book of World Records. Arham Talsania won the Guinness World Record after being certified in Python, which is a coding language. He's been using technology since he was 2 with like tablets, but his father, a computer programmer, had actually taught him how to use Python when he was very young. And he ended up making like little games to get his certification, and he passed the test, and he's now the youngest person ever to have that. That's like insane. Like, do you guys know how to code?
As someone who took a computer science class last semester where we had to learn how to do Python, and I literally could not do anything for the life of me. I would spend hours trying to get this dumb homework done. And the fact that this 6-year-old really outdid me like this is impressive and makes me kind of sad because I feel really dumb now because that Python stuff is so hard. So good for that kid.
I had to use Python in high school, and it was in an electronics and robotics class. Yes, I was a geek in high school, just like you band geeks. So no, everybody's a geek in their own way. Listen, we're all at the same radio station right now. But anyway, so my teacher had to leave school for whatever medical condition was happening. He had a surgery or whatever. So we had a permanent substitute teacher. But you ever have a substitute teacher that has no idea about the subject matter at hand? So there I am, looking up YouTube videos in high school on how to code. And you got this one kid like, oh, this is easy. Like, oh, I spend all my free time doing this. This is the 6-year-old that we're talking about right now. But then we have the other people like me that are like, light bulb go on, light bulb go off, light bulb go on, light bulb, and I just can't do it. Listen, I have like 3 talents, 3 of them.
You
And
have more than that. Don't put yourself down like that.
Listen, I think 3 is a lot of talents. I truly think if you go around the room, I could tell you that I think that not everybody here will have 3 talents.
Oh, bet.
just-
I want to go around now. We can't, but like
Just putting it out there. But good for this kid. Honestly, like there's some kids, and this is when I say that it's not about the upbringing. Sometimes I truly think that like there's a gift from somewhere from another universe that just brought this child and like you are a coder, and that was it.
He's a mini Sheldon
Yeah.
Cooper.
Oh, and plus, like, he's 6 years old. Like, I was in kindergarten when I was 6. Like, that's insane. And I know that they're trying to like get kids to learn how to code at an early age. Just,
Yeah.
I don't know.
It truly is incredible. Because have you ever actually tried to code?
No.
It's hard. It's hard.
terrible.
Like there's parentheses and like double parentheses and triple parentheses, and if in equals 3, then out equals 5, and I'm like, what is going on?
And-
Not happening.
Yeah, and I hear at Montclair it's like computer science is a class that's like required, I believe, for most people.
Yes.
So a
Oh,
lot of
Do
you guys are
yourself
gonna
a
have to
favor.
take it.
No.
Don't
Do-
take it.
Do yourself a favor. If there's anybody out there in Radioland or anybody in this call right now that needs to fulfill that requirement, take the intro to Excel spreadsheeting or whatever it's called. It is the easiest course I have ever taken. Well, that's actually a lie, but it's the most helpful computer course I've ever taken while still being easy. And I recommend it truly.
Don't take. I don't know. I took intro to computer science.
Yeah,
or
don't do that.
don't do
Everybody,
that. It was so hard, and like I mean, I was unfortunate in the fact that I got stuck with a teacher who was very like monotone and like didn't teach well, and like it was one of those classes where I couldn't
Putting him on
help,
blast
but like
already?
what?
You're putting him on blast. Wow.
I'm saying who it is. I mean, it was such a hard class because for me, it's all about the teacher and how well the teacher teaches. So
That is true. I haven't taken any of those, so I'll definitely keep that in mind. Like, I had to do that requirement next year.
okay, I'm ready, Lewis.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
ready for what?
I'm ready.
For the
Carly.
final countdown.
For the final.
Final
No.
countdown.
All right, no more singing. That's it. We're on. We're
Okay,
live.
okay, come on. Where's the musical episode? We
No,
need-
but here's the problem. We're live on Facebook, and we're about to get cut off by Zuckerberg himself.
Okay, alrighty.
No,
So this
no
has been-
copyright issues because our voices are so good. It sounds almost
Yeah,
exactly
we
like the
sound just
original
like
song.
that guy.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for listening to or watching the Wednesday edition of the Morning Buzz. I'm your host, Carly.
I'm your co-host, Sabrina.
I'm Louis B in the morning.
And I'm Cameron Godden, sportscaster.
All right. Thank you guys so much for listening and have a great day.